A wealthy businessman or his son has a house with a gabled roof, plastered inside and outside with well-fitting doors and casements. Therein a couch is spread with a costly skin of antelope, having a canopy overhead and a scarlet cushion at each end. Here is a lamp burning, and 4 wives wait upon him with all their charms. This may sound like a description from a wondrous fairy tale, probably of a powerful person who's about to learn a lesson or two later on with the children. What if I say this is a passage from Buddhist scripture? With all of the praises of wealth and extracted delicacies from nature, this should raise questions in you. Is it Buddhism? A religion that encourages a simple life and harmony with the environment? Not quite. Buddhism has never rejected wealth. In certain cases, it even appraises wealth. That's how we get spectacular pieces of art and relics and architecture throughout its history. But then that reality never comes without its effects. What about the environment? What about the economic side of it? How then should we embrace this material and worldly side of the religion? Do we actually need to do anything? In The Buddhist Footprint, An Environmental History of Asia, historian Johan Elverskog frames Buddhism as a form of prosperity theology. He points to the economic model behind its practice. The monastic minority, the face of the religion, act virtuously according to a code of conduct called the Vinaya, so that they are worthy of donations from the laity and create merit on their behalf. The lay believers are encouraged to produce wealth and give to the monastics, to practice dana, so it's called. There's no lack of examples of praises of wealthy believers in Buddhist scripture, filled with gemstones and animal skins like we saw. And the Buddha himself doesn't object to this. What is ruled out, however, is the monastics themselves having riches. Most importantly, Buddhist temples in history are not separate from global trade. In contrast, they were even placed at borderlands near local wealth, where the resources can be extracted to join the wider flow of the economy. This concern of the monastics with wealth is not an issue of the distant past either. To that, we turn to many cases of Thai civic Buddhism. Pattana Kitiarsa elaborates on the people's beliefs and the state of commodification in new religious movements. In those movements, karma and fate are now prepackaged explanations for any worldly misfortunes in our lives, which usually prompts remedies by rituals or meritorious acts, with an inevitable investment for those who perform them. Merit and charismatic power, often going together as bunya barami, are now reduced to marketable items and donations. The more expensive the item, the larger the donations one makes, and the higher political office one holds, the more charismatic you are. But the laity don't merely seek salvation when they come to Buddhism. They are also after wealth and luck too. They revere magic monks, full of charisma, magical potency, or ability to give winning lottery numbers. They buy amulets and consult with mediums and fortune tellers to remedy issues in life, participating in a market worth billions of baht. A famous case study for all of these is the Dhammakāya temple and the year-long controversies around it. It is known for its amulet industry, magic monks meddling with the Theravada teachings, superstitious claims, and extensive promotional campaigns for expensive projects. Rachelle Scott's book opens up with the image of the Grand Mahatamakai Chedi, a stupa, or monument for Buddhist relics and fostering faith, finally finished in the year 2000. Before its completion, the temple had pushed the narrative of a miraculous event. The sun was allegedly sucked out of the sky and replaced by the founder of the Dhammakāya's meditation practice. This has been criticized as a move to attract more donations for this monument. Scott likens this move and the wider activities of the temple to US megachurches, their worldly termed sermons and prosperity gospels, indicating a merge of values of religion and late modern capitalism. To the Thai public, this is business, not religion. So far, we have seen that Buddhism is never detached from the material world. Its preoccupation with materials, crucial to sustain the monastics by the very structure of the religion. And, at least in the Thai context, such concerns are to cater to the people's needs in changing times too. In the Dhammakāya scandal, beside the ostentatious, capitalistically flavored charity solicitations, we see significant expenses to bring glorious and grand monuments into existence, a reality of Buddhist materiality that runs in contrast to our impression of the renunciating monastics. But not all is gloom. Buddhism is still a major living religion with all of its heterogeneity and continuous renegotiations. There are a multitude of ways of Buddhism to reconcile and steer its material concerns to the guidance of its doctrine and its believers. At first blush, tree ordination raises questions of its orthodoxy, and it may come as a pleasant surprise later on. The practice has become somewhat mainstream and trendy, removed from its original meaning. In her book, Susan Darlington shows us the truths. It is not just the ritual logic developed from superstitious local beliefs and the force potency. It is the monastic's reaction to the dire state of their environments. It is a type of performance and embodied experience, as she borrows from Diana Taylor's imagination of protests, to call for the public's attention to the monks' projects of protecting their environment. We start off with the biography of Prakru Pitak, a monk and resident of Doktang village of Nan province, where he saw deforestation in the name of development and its negative effects before and during his time in the Sangha. Here, the ravaged environment is the concern of both the monks and the locals, the laity, the ones that our monks hold close to heart, who are suffering from its consequences. The preoccupation with materiality now aligns with preserving culture. The benefits of the aesthetics now align with the people's. In conversation with all of the themes above, we can visit the case of temple land use across Thai provinces. Bonjubun, Haila, and Vultinaho describe some of the uses in the process of theorizing about the urban commons and its values beyond market logic. The temple's privately owned land can be leased for cheap housing irrespective of faith, vending, farming with a nominal rent, and other communal purposes. In interviews, monks show that they are fully aware that their land, while unable to be sold, still has potential for profits, but refrain from using it speculatively. Here, the monastics take a different position in relation to wealth. Instead of pushing for their own lavish needs and monuments and doing business, like Dhammakāya, the temples in this example use their resources altruistically. Traditionally, the authors point out that temples act somewhat like a mediator. They use the land from donors for po-poor and faith-based purposes, which translates to society-wide benefits. There are more examples of Buddhism engaging with materiality that negotiates the wealth of our parts of their economy. In the Thai context, there's Phra Dhammalangaro, who utilizes the popular understanding of merit to encourage collecting plastic waste, then recycles them into religious and regular commodities, and also the initiative of amulets made from recycled plastics. These cases demonstrate something that is not that surprising. Buddhism's engagement with materiality for sustaining the Sangha need not be in conflict with the wealth of the laity. Sometimes they are on the same page, and monks act not just for the benefits of their temples. There are gradients to it too, from basic sustenance to overt business-like fixation in wealth, like the Dhammakāya. So, do we need to do anything? Now, knowing that Buddhism has never deserted their needs of the material world. Is the regular person's impression of Buddhism as austere and separated from the worldly something that we necessarily have to correct? Or is it an advantage for the monks in their continued mission to grapple with wealth, poverty, and how it affects the laity in changing times?